Thank you, Madam Speaker. The Alberta Party Caucus believes in school choice and reasonable accommodations for the individual beliefs of teachers and students. However, we also see the need for standards that ensure that all students have the access and the support they need, such as this government's approach to GSAs. The Minister of Education may want to share that approach with the Minister of Advanced Education, however, because post-secondary students are asking for something similar. To the Minister of Advanced Education, students have been asking that post-secondary institutions be required to have a standalone sexual assault policies. Why haven't you made this change?
Great question. Honourable Minister of Advanced Education.
Well, thank you, Madam Speaker, and thank you to the member for the question. Of course, we've been working with our institutions to make sure that every institution has a sexual harassment and sexual violence policy in place. I'm pleased to report that most of them do. We still have two policies outstanding, and we are working with those institutions to make sure that they get those done as quickly as possible. It was my pleasure to meet with the students of ASEC earlier this week to discuss their concerns around student or sexual violence prevention policies on campus, and I assured them that I'm working with our partners in the post-secondary institutions to make sure that their policies meet best practices.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Given that sexual assault and sexual misconduct can completely derail the opportunity for a survivor to get an education, and given that recovering from the trauma of sexual abuse or sexual assault is a lifelong process, to the same minister, what protections and supports are in place across all post-secondary institutions to ensure that survivors of a sexual assault or abuse have the support and flexibility to complete their programs?
Great. Honourable Minister.
Well, thank you, Madam Speaker. And of course, our government has committed a significant number of dollars to mental health supports. And in discussions with a number of the institutions, some of those institutions have used those mental health support dollars to support sexual violence victims in dealing with, or survivors rather, in dealing with the issues that have been created by their experiences, Madam Speaker. And of course, we've continued to encourage all universities and colleges to have the resources available to their students to deal with these issues when they arise. What won't help, Madam Speaker, is millions of dollars.
Second supplemental.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Mental health issues arising from an assault can be quite isolating. And given that a student's peers may be able to help in a way others can't, and given that we should be supporting student-led mental health initiatives, to the same minister, will you require that Alberta post-secondary institutions provide a portion of their mental health funding for programs that are designed and supported in partnership with student associations?
Great. Second, Honourable Minister.
Madam Speaker, I had the chance to meet with the student representatives of ASEC earlier this week to discuss that exact matter, and what I assured them is that as we review the mental health programs that have been instituted with the money that we provided in our budget a couple of years ago, that we would ensure that the students' voices are heard in the development and implementation of those programs. Madam Speaker, that work is ongoing with our universities and colleges all across the province. It's important to know that our government has students' backs on this matter. We want their voices to be heard, and we want the mental health supports to meet the needs of students, and we're working very hard to make sure that that's.
Honourable Member for Old Stensbury Freehills.